Coming on to this thing, we can't start.
Guys, it's a request.
Because we are recording this, though the flash is coming in the way. If you can just switch off your flash, I'd appreciate that. Yeah? Can we start? Hello and welcome to a very special program, a very special campaign, something that United Spirits and NDTV have been working at very, very closely for the last several years. It's a Road to Safety campaign, and the goal is very simple. It is to protect lives, it is to save lives, it is to ensure that we are responsible as citizens. Drink responsibly is part of our pledge, but be responsible in how you conduct yourselves. Think about people who are in road accidents, protect those lives, and think about what you are doing to your friends and to your family if you are irresponsible in moments. And I want to introduce some of our panelists in this discussion today. Karisma needs absolutely no introduction, and she's been associated with this in the past as well. Thank you once again very much for joining us. Abanti Shankaranarayanan is with United Spirits, someone who has, I would say, been a driving force in this campaign. It's very much her idea in working with us to get this going, and we've thought very carefully about how we are going to take this entire project forward, and Abanti will be talking about that among other things. Sohail Seth, the CEO of Consolage. Thanks very much, Sohail, for being with us. Saji Cherian with Save Life Foundation, an organization that has done incredible amounts of work when it comes to spreading awareness about road accidents in this country. And just to put this in perspective, in 2015, 1,41,633 people lost their lives in road accidents in India. These are government numbers. The number of people who die every year in road accidents is many times the number of people who have died in all of our wars put together since independence. Now, this is a reality check, and the programming that we are doing today, the discussion we are having today, is on the basis of these outrageous and very, very frightening numbers. We've also got very distinguished panelists elsewhere in this country who will be joining us, but today we've got Dr. Sanjay Oak. Thank you, sir, very much for being with us, the ex-dean of KEM College and the CEO of the Prince Ali Khan Hospital. Good to have you, sir. And Dr. Shankar Vishwanath, Honorary Advisor of Mumbai Traffic Police, who joins us in this capacity to talk really about some of the challenges facing the police. What are some of the issues as far as road construction is concerned, the layout of roads is concerned, because when it comes to road safety, we need to have a holistic look at this entire issue. But before we get started on this program, we wanted to roll out this small feature.
The year was 2014 and
complete amnesia, they say. One man just hit and went, but many passed by. I really wish that people would have stopped. Maybe the three who were gone were alive today because they could have been recovered.
We are looking at on this program. Karisma, let me come to you first. Why do you feel it's important for you to be associated with this campaign? What is the essential reason why you chose to be on board?
Well, I think this has been a growing concern, as we say, and being a young mother, you know, our children walk on the roads, they go to bus stops, you know, to catch the school bus. And I think even as a mom, you always have that fear, you know, that, you know, your child and maybe a mother or a father or a caretaker might be dropping them. But what if somebody is, you know, driving or they're coming back from school and being irresponsible? So I think it's very important that, of course, that don't drink and drive, but also, like you say, you have to drive safely and responsibly even during the day.
Yeah. Abanti, you've got teenage sons. They're, what, 18 years old. In driving this entire campaign in association with NDTV, your thoughts would at one level have been also on your young sons. As a mother, what does this campaign mean to you?
I think as a mother, this campaign means I can go home a little bit more reassured that there is a message out there very frequently during the season when my kids are listening to it, and hopefully, you know, there is an awareness that's being created about them of what not to do. I mean, they are below legal drinking age today, but still there is temptation always when they are together with friends, etc. So it just helps me really go and feel like there is somebody out there watching out for them through this program.
Yeah. Karisma, I must ask you, all of us like to go out, meet friends, party. And then, to say party responsibly or drink responsibly at one level is cliched, but it is at another level a fundamental truth. Where do you draw the line?
Well, I must say that, frankly, I always have a designated driver. I don't drive myself because I think I have too many things on my mind. So it's better that I sit behind in the back seat. But I'd like to tell you that there are a lot of young people out there today who have realized this, and I think this campaign has made them realize today when young couples go out to party or to a club to have a few drinks. Like a lot of my friends tell me, we are the driver tonight. My friends like, I'm not drinking tonight, let the husbands and the other friends, because I have so many people to drop home. So people have become really, really aware about this. And also I'd like to really say that especially in Mumbai, I think the traffic police is doing a great job, because over the weekends a lot of people are genuinely aware and a bit scared that they cannot afford to drink and drive because they are going to be pulled up. And there are a lot of check nakas nowadays.
Yep.
And I think the growing concern is out there and people have become really aware.
Dr. Vishwanath, you want to add to that the role of the police in being proactive with new technologies available to them, also just spreading awareness and how something like this does make a difference on the ground?
Yes, that is very much true. More than 18,000 people have been caught drunk and drive this year, and more people are very much aware, because we are also putting those 40 extra cameras on Marine Drive, Western Express Highway, Eastern Express Highway and all, especially for the purpose of stopping these racing motorbikes and all those things in the night. And they pose a danger for the common driver, who is not even aware that they are racing. And very difficult to catch hold of them because the policeman cannot race behind them at that speed. And hence these cameras are going to be very useful. And we have also got the e-challan systems, which are being, more than 6,000 cameras are being installed in Mumbai, out of which 4,000 are already installed. Yeah. And we are getting those data straight away from that, and we are sending those challans to their mobile numbers, and we are getting many mobile numbers from the petrol stations and all those things. One incident where a poor constable was just taking a mobile number from a teenage driver, motorbiker, and his brother came and hit him and he died because of that. But so at least 50 constables die every year because of these road accidents all over Maharashtra. So therefore, this kind of awareness and lot of publicity is being done with that e-challan, BMS and all those things. And people in Mumbai are very much aware that they just can't take a chance with the police.
Suhail, the number I gave you, 141,633 people died in road accidents in 2015. I've got a number for the number of accident deaths and injuries because of drunk driving. 2015, 16,298 people had died in accidents of drunk driving. Or the total number of accidents. The total number of deaths of that 16,000, 6,755. Injuries, 18,813. These are underreported numbers, as you know, in a country as large as ours. But these numbers are absolutely horrific by any standard anywhere in the world. We have some of the most unsafe roads for various reasons. Where do you draw the line? What is your message when it comes, when you confront numbers like this?
See, while the campaign is genuinely laudable and there is no escaping this reality, there are three things that need to be done. Number one, we need education which is finite and with a purpose. We need demonstrable punishment for people who violate the laws. See, in this country you can get away with blue murder. You'll hit someone, the laws are so weak, person will get bail. There was this lady who ran over someone and, driving the other side. We don't have demonstrable punishment. The third, which is very important, which I hope the doctor here will touch upon, is we have zero trauma apparatus around our centers, around our roads, around our cities. We're talking about Bombay and Delhi. What happens when you're on national highways? When you're between villages, when you're between towns, small towns? The maximum number of deaths happen because there is no immediate trauma management. I sit on the board of the Indian Head Injury Foundation, and we're seeing in the IHIF, the figures that are reported is in the first 5 minutes, if you don't have that care, you lose the person. So I think it's very, very critical for us to look at it from a holistic point of view. It's not about just consumer education, it's not just about punishment, and certainly not just about cameras, but it's about the whole apparatus that you need to create. An ecosystem which prevents people from being irresponsible. I've got 169 stitches on my head. I mean, that's partially the reason for my slight insanity. But I was knocked in by a drunk driver in Calcutta, and that was even before Mamata Banerjee was in power. So I can tell you, it's pretty dangerous when it happens.
Spoken about this. Would you like to talk a little bit more?
No, it was just an accident. There was no.
When did this happen, sir?
In 1996.
And this was a drunk driver who.
Yeah, a drunk driver in an ambassador. In those days, you still had an ambassador. For some of these people who've grown up, they've only seen Marutis, and it came and hit my car head on. And there was nothing you could do. I don't even think the guy went to jail, or may have gone, for a token reason. But the irresponsibility of the ecosystem needs to be highlighted. So I think this is a brilliant first step. You need to marry the political apparatus with the medical apparatus with the media machinery in order for all three things to work in harmony. Ultimately, as you rightly said, we can't afford to have people die because someone's behaved irresponsibly.
Yeah. Shaji, it was the Save Life Foundation that really pushed to have the Good Samaritan law. And it's a law now, it exists in India, which basically means that if you see somebody in distress, you can actually take that person to a hospital and not be bothered by the police. You don't even have to give your name to the hospital people over there. You can walk out. There is no harassment. How do you believe this can save hundreds of lives every year? And that's just a number off the top of my head. It could be many more.